anything for me, for any of my friends. I left. I worked. And, that's all I really knew. And until I found this, well, actually, it found me. Austin, my mentor, found me. And I'm forever grateful for that. So a little bit more into me, my why is my mom, my family, obviously. All they know is work. That's all we do is work. As far as work goes, it hasn't treated us very well. So I want to say, like, my mom, she was at her job for about 15 years. 15 years, and she got sick. So they told her, you know what, go work from home. Go work from home. You got this. Go work from home. So while she was out, probably what's happening at a lot of y'all's parents' jobs, the management started to shift over, get younger. So during that time, they said, listen, Tina, you gotta come into work. You gotta come get this. You gotta come work. You gotta come in work. She couldn't. She physically couldn't. So my mom got fired, long story short. And she was an insurance agent. And all I got from that was a letter saying, hey, your insurance agent has unexpectedly resigned. So immediately from that, I saw that jobs weren't it. My dad's been at my old job. I just quit my job. Let's go. Turn up. Yeah, let's go. I just quit my job. My dad's still there, actually. He's 13 years, about to hit 14. No, he just hit 13. So, automatically, I in my head, my mom was there for 15. My dad's about to hit 15. I kind of know what's going. I kind of know where this is going. So, another person, my grandma. My grandma is 64 years old. 64 years old. I couldn't even tell you how long she's worked at her job. I couldn't tell you. So, with her, she always tells me, I'm going to work at my job until I die, because she works at a cemetery. That's horrible. That's horrible. And literally, she cannot retire because she used her retirement money to get a new knee. She had to get a new knee. They said, you know what? You got a new knee, 6 months. We'll give you 6 months. In 6 months, you can come back. You can get to work. 2 months later, her job called and said, hey, we need you. It's cool. Yeah, we know you got what you got going on. We need you. So that is my main goal into this. And the reason why I kind of tied in my why to all this is this call is about money season. This is money season, but this is also, this is known as holiday season. So something that Cash told Austin and also told me was we are programmed to really think, to slow down now, to let our foot off the gas, to relax, to everything, to go see our families. And I wanted to emphasize my why that is so powerful to me, to let y'all know that even in this time, you should always stay on the gas. Always. Yes, it is the holiday season. Yes, but it is go season. It is money season. So that's what this call is about. It's go time. Our 2020, my 2020 started last week. I don't know about y'all, but mine started last week. We are ready to go. Austin always tells me, blast through stuff, blast through ranks, blast through the New Year's. We're not working, we're going to work at January 1st. No, we're blasting through January 1st. We're going through January 1st. And I always think, like, I know everybody's like, oh, but my family, they just want to see me. Honestly, Thanksgiving, my mom had her Thanksgiving before. And I was supposed to bring my sisters. I was supposed to put it together, but I could not go. I was talking at an event that night, so I didn't go. So that you're gonna have to take sacrifice, because I know in my head, in a year, what is Thanksgiving gonna look like? In a year, what is Christmas gonna look like? It's unbelievable. So we really need to put our heads down and blow through New Year's, especially with Houston. With Houston's January, it's like 43 days. Let's go. It's time to run it up. So basically, I just wanted to open up to y'all. Thank you, Drake, for the opportunity. So first of all, thank both of y'all for getting on this call. The amount of respect I have for both of y'all, besides money, to even think of the courage to start this with nothing, with no one, with no team behind you, with people telling you, no, it's stupid, it's not going to work. That respect y'all do not go unnoticed. I love y'all. Y'all don't even know me, but I love y'all. But yeah, so the next person I'm bringing up, obviously y'all know who he is. P5K, Mr. P5K. It blows my mind that me and this dude are the same age. We graduated the same year. We both used to wrestle. I don't know how we never saw each other, but both used to wrestle. Yeah, but while he was starting this, I was working, which is crazy. So this guy, I mean, honestly, how he's so high ranked and he outworks everybody still amazes me. But I'm coming for you, Drake. Don't worry. I'm coming for you, Drake. So yeah, this guy, I mean, he pours his heart out to everybody, to everything. You know, he takes this very serious, and seeing him take this so serious really puts it in perspective of how much we need to put it in perspective. Because if he's going hard at this level, who are we not to go hard at this level? Who are we not to do this? So the respect I have for both y'all is absolutely amazing. It's out of this world. Because at the end of the day, knowing what y'all sacrifice, honestly, excuse my language, but I don't give a fuck what I'm gonna lose on the way there. Because I'm ready to go get that shit. Excuse my language again, my bad. But yeah, so without further ado, Drake, if you're ready to take this over, bro, thank you for the opportunity so much. Let's go, 2020, let's run it. Drop once. Yeah, there you go. Drop once.
Boom. What's up, ATM Familia? Man, that chat going crazy. What's up, Kevin Navarrete? I see you on the call, boy. Okay. I see you slipping in. Okay, I see you, bro. Marcellus, what's good? Big Bobby, what's good, man? Gris, I see y'all. James out in Oregon. Yo, real quick, switch up the ones. Type up where y'all are at right now. I see a lot of different people other than Dallas on the call. And we got 216 people on the call right now. That shit is crazy to me, man, for real. But first, I'm going to give it back to Mario and Albuquerque. I see y'all. Holy crap. Philadelphia, Amarillo, New York, Columbus, Ohio. I shout out Ohio, Milwaukee, Connecticut. Worldwide, you ain't lying. Oregon in the house, Chi-Town, Orlando. We got Florida in here, baby. Wow, that's crazy, bro. Shout out Mario, man, for real. You know, one of the biggest things, you know, especially, you know, how we run our business, you know, and this is already like pretty much a good nugget. You know, my organization is 600 people, and, you know, my mentor Cash is, you know, he mentors well over 1,800 at the time right now. And, you know, it's pretty crazy to see how, you know, in this industry, you know, the stigma can kind of be like, you know, oh, only the top leaders work with the top leaders. And it's kind of false. You know, we're kind of like, you know, it's kind of the thing where if you're giving energy, I give you energy type deal. And, you know, one of the biggest things that I saw with Mario tonight was he literally came up and closed a home event, and he raised every single person's energy. There was like 6 new people in the very back, and he made sure every one of them stood up and brought them to the front of the room and made them sit down in front of him, and then he got started. I mean, that's crazy to me, bro. Like the amount of just growth that you've had since your first apartment home event is absolutely insane, bro. And one of the biggest things is keep that up, bro, because, you know, one of the biggest things, I used to dream of speaking on a webinar with 200 people. Isn't that crazy? I used to dream of speaking on a webinar with 200 people, man. And now we do this weekly. You know, we do this weekly, man. And that's probably how I'm going to start out tonight, you know, is kind of just going to there, is really just like visions and dreams, bro. Visions and dreams. And, you know, when we started this business, kind of just like what Mario was saying, you know, I wrestled in school. You know, I played football in school. And I'm going to tie in a lot because I know we have a lot of new people on the call. You know, we're about 33 days out from Houston. We are, I mean, less than, you know, a month away from the new year, the new decade. And one of the biggest things that you got to understand right now is it's go time. You know, we had a webinar with Matthew Rosa tonight, and it's crazy to see the amount of fired up energy that man has. And he just got off a 30-day tour. And that's just absolutely insane to me. So if the Chairman 500 of the company is full of energy doing a webinar that he doesn't have to do, right, off of a 30-day tour, more tour than any of us have done on this call, then how are we acting day by day, right? And then what is kind of like our vision with how we want to excel as a individual in this business? So for any of y'all that don't know me, my name is Drake Denison. I'm 22 years young. There's a lot of new people on the call, so it's going to be, just to start off, you might want to put your phone on airplane mode. You better get some notes out. You better put your video cameras on. And I see the ATMs on the line. They all got their video cameras on. Kevin does too. I see you, bro. Because real leaders, they show up to the plate. And, knowing me and Cash, we're going to be here for a while. So get comfy, get the distractions away from you, and let's get started. I'm 22 years young. I've been in this industry for about 4 years now. And one of my biggest things that's crazy to me was, when I got started in this business, just a little perspective for y'all, there was less than 1,000 customers in this platform. And we only had one product, and that was the harmonic scanner. We didn't have Academy. We didn't have Go Live. We didn't have a presentation. My first time at Cash's apartment, I walked in and I saw 10 people in the apartment sitting at a table. And one of the biggest things that I remember that night was I walked in and, I've been an underdog my whole life, in school. I was a fat kid in middle school, everything like that. If I was picked, if there was a dodgeball game, I got picked last. If there was a pickup football game, I got picked last. And when I walked into the room, it was kind of like the same thing. I saw a bunch of young guys, and to me at the time, I was like, dang, these guys are rich. These guys are making bread. And I looked at all of them, and all of them kind of just like didn't really think much of me. They didn't really think much of me. And, I remember Cash was the only one that really paid attention to me in the room. And me and him have just had a really special bond since the first time that we looked at each other. He obviously didn't like me at first, but at the end of the day, we had a special bond. And I think it was just kind of like a real, recognized real situation. And at the same time, I walked in there and I kind of felt like not left out, but I felt like I had to earn my way in. And one of the biggest things that I really did from that moment on was I'm not going to let the stipulations of society and of the normal, make me go sit in the back. I'm not going to let that make me, feel awkward in this room. And I walked in and, I'm sure Cash can agree, I kind of just made my place. And I walked up in that room and I said, I'm Drake and I'm here to stay and I'm here to make an impact in this industry. I had no idea what I was doing. And 4 years later, walking ATMs is an overnight success. And, we're pretty much laying the foundation of culture, not just in IM, but industry-wide. And I think that that's such a big deal to me because I had no idea that it was going to get to this level. And, I think that a big predecessor of my success was my chip on my shoulder. I think one of the biggest predecessor of my success was the chip on my shoulder coming into this industry. And there's a lot of walks of life on this call, but at the end of the day, you've been counted out in something. You've been picked last. You've had a girl reject you. You've had a business fail. You've lost money. You've been screwed over. There's so many walks of life. You've had a horrible family trauma. Your parents have been divorced. You got less than $100 in your bank account right now. You got less than $1,000 in your bank account right now. So there's every walk of life on this call. And what I want you to understand is that chip on your shoulder is actually the biggest reason why I'm here still to this day. A lot of people don't understand I was the only leader that has stuck with Cash all the way through since that day I walked in his apartment. And I don't think it was, mainly because just of our bond. I think it was because of the chips on our shoulder to make a point in this world. And I think that was the biggest thing. So, if you're on this call just to start it off, and if you have something to prove to the world, I see the people with the cameras on, they got something to prove to the world. They got something to prove on this call, that they're putting their face on this call and they're showing that they're writing notes and they're showing that their face is at the very first of this call. And my video's not off on this call. My video's not off on this call because you're going to look at my face, Drake, and you're going to see me come up from nothing to P5000 just like you did. That's what you are doing right now if your video's on the call. And that's why every single fucking walking ATMs on this call got their fucking video on, because we do this shit. Because we literally came from nothing. We came from the mud, from the ground, and everybody counted us out. Everyone said we weren't going to be shit. Everyone thought we were a joke. And then guess what? 4 years later, we're an overnight success. And I think that that's the biggest thing that you can really take is if you got a chip on your shoulder, really use that to your advantage and put it into perspective for this business. So like I said, I've been doing this for about 4 years now, and I think my biggest breaking moments have happened in the last 4 years. But just like that chip on my shoulder, you know, Mario mentioned wrestling. And I also think that wrestling gave me my psycho mindset. You know, my wrestling coach, just to be honest, he was actually psychotic. He was like a 70-year-old man. He was a defensive line coach. And he would teach me on the side at football practice. He would pull me to the side because he loved me. And he said, yo, Drake, I teach the normal shit to normal people, and I teach you the psycho shit alone over here after practice because you're kind of psychotic. And I was like, I know. You know what I'm saying? And he'd teach me how to scratch and how to claw. And he would teach me how to just like, because I was, you know, 190 with a wet shirt on. And I was getting tossed around in the offensive line. And, you know, I went to a school where we went against the best in the country. Myles Garrett, he plays for the Cleveland Browns right now. He starts on defensive line. I went head-to-head against him 90%, Pascal versus Arlington Martin. And I got my ass torn up, but I loved every single second of it. And one of the biggest things that you can take from what I'm trying to say here is sometimes you got to scratch and you got to claw. And sometimes if you're the little man in the situation, you got to find a way just to get to the top. You got to find a way to dig your way out. And I think some of y'all on this call, you know, you are the little man in the situation. You know, you only have maybe 1 or 2 people on your team. You know, you maybe have had a team of 50 come down to 10. You may have had, you know, a little bit of a couple blown accounts in trading. But at the end of the day, it's how that you react to that blown account. It's how that you react to that team lead. It's how that you react to those no's and how you claw your way into 2020. And I think that that's what all we're doing here is we like to claw and we like to fight and we like to get to the next level with every single ounce that we have. And I think that that was a big mindset switch for me. And the biggest thing I liked in wrestling was if I lost, I lost. If I won, I won. So one of the biggest things that every leader on this call needs to understand is where you're at in life is it's solely because of your own decisions. Where your business is at, where your trading account is at, is solely because of you and only you. Walking ATMs is where it's at because of me, not because of Cash, not because of Matt Rosa, not because of Emory Holmes, because of me. We've never been given a dime in this industry. We've never been given a favor in this industry. I've never had anybody placed under me. I've never had any favor in this business. Me and Cash have just clawed our way to where we're at. And if you're on this call, you can take that away and really know who you're rocking with as a leadership core. So one of the biggest things that I want to get into, and this isn't going to be too basic of a training. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to go over, you know, cold market and warm market and make a list. You know, I'm not gonna go over that tonight. It's gonna be a lot of information, but at the same time, you know, I want to start off with something that I really recognize. I went on a 10-city tour about a month ago, and one of the biggest things that I realized across every single market that I went to was nobody really listens, right? Everyone listens, but they listen to the extent of what they want to hear, right? And I remember my first year in this business, you know, Cash can protest to this. I literally would show up with the last dollars in my bank account to Austin Gotti's house, to David Morris's house, to a Matt Rosa training, to Cash Cartier's crib, right? And I would be the first one there with a notebook and to sit there and write notes. I tell people, I used to stalk people every day. I would stalk the talk leaders. I would wake up early just to figure out and trade And then I would go and okay, where are these people at? I look at their Instagram stories. I look at their Facebook lives. And I'd see them at a house at Facebook Live, and I would stalk my way into their Facebook and message somebody and find out where they're at and just show up to their crib. And I would literally just write notes on these top leaders. And one of the biggest things and one of the biggest notes that I've ever written down is there was 2 leaders, right? Austin Godsey was, I can't remember what he was at the time, Chairman 10, Chairman something. And there was another P2000 in the mansion that I was at. And I really just studied them. I sat in the back and I was just writing notes on them. And there's probably 50 people in the mansion. And this was around the time we were launching. And one of the biggest notes that I wrote was I watched how Austin Godsey got on nonstop calls. And then I watched the other P2000. He would get on a call, then he'd go over and hit a dab pin. He would get on a call, and then he'd go mess around with his friends that were at the mansion. But then while Austin Godsey was still taking calls, fast forward 4 years later, Austin Godsey's a Chairman 100. The P2000 is no longer in the company. He dropped out. So think about your work ethic right now. And one of the biggest things I noticed about Mario Cortez is this man's work ethic is not only just going to pay off in the future, he's going to set an example for everybody that follows him, because what you do in private and what you practice in that private moment is what you get praised for in public. And that's the only reason why Walking ATMs is what it is because we are getting praised in public for what we did in private for so long. And, that's the coolest thing to me is, I never wanted to create something where it was Drake Denison or it was, Cash Cartier or it was Jacob Gabbard or it was, Edgar Fuentes. I wanted, if there was a chairman that popped in Walking ATMs created a chairman. Not Drake Denison created a chairman. Not, Bobby created a chairman. Not Edgar Fuentes created a chairman. The culture creates a chairman. And the culture makes you hit your rank. And the culture helps you trade. And what I had a call with a girl today, and she said, Drake, well, I think I'm going to step back and focus on trading. And I said, okay, cool. She was never in my business, but I said, okay, cool. I guarantee you that the culture could help you do that 10 times faster. And she said, I know, but I'm going to go take my own route. And I said, you're going to go take your own route. Okay, right? So she's about to go through 4 years of pain and struggle, the pain and struggle that we went through for her, and she's going to completely obliterate what we went through. And I care so much for this girl, and I was like, okay, and, I hope she's on this call because, I hope that she understands that this culture and the leadership in this is not made for you just to listen and then go and just write notes and go do your own shit. The leadership is here to cut your learning curve. That's what the leadership is for. Your upline, the person above you that's been in for 12 months longer than you, that maybe is the same rank as you, that experience is there to cut your learning curve. And you're trying to get out of your own hole with your own thoughts. Guess what? Wow, your thoughts have gotten you to where you're at today. And the reason you're in this business is for the leadership. It's for the mentorship. And people come into this business and they want to even still do their own shit. They want to go trade in their own room. They want to go and make their own home events. They want to do their own calls, their own DMing routine. Everything is their own shit. When we went through 4 years of pain and struggle to build the system, perfect our Instagrams, perfect the trading styles for you to do your own shit. And the fastest way that we can realize that this is not the route, and the fastest way that we can edify leadership is the fastest way that all of us are going to get to our goals, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of that comes from humility. Humility is a word that all of us need to learn every single day, is the word humility. And if that's one thing that you can take away from the call, is to gain humility on your own situation and start to reach out to the people that have the experience and start to actually listen. Listening to a mentor tell you something and then responding with something right away, that's not listening. Listening to a mentor and then continuing down the path of the sentence that he just said, it's it's expanding your neurological pathways into the subject that you're being mentored on in the first place. So when you're getting mentored and you ask for mentorship and your mentor tells you something and then you change the subject, now you're on a new neurological pathway. Instead of driving deep that neurological pathway and having some fucking mental breakthroughs for the mentor that's trying to help you in that certain subject. So guess what? The breakthroughs that happen is from driving those neurological pathways down deep somewhere they've never been before. Kind of like your leg balance. And if you would just drive that neurological pathway deep as shit, your legs would drive deep as shit. Just to be honest, from you accepting mentorship. So that's one of the biggest things I really want to go over is listening. You know, the more that we can get together on the listening part, that's going to be the best thing. And, you know, one of the best things that I could say was, back in college, you know, it's crazy. I'm about to travel to Amarillo on the 15th. Shout out to Amarillo, Texas. And Canyon, Amarillo on the call. Say what's up in the chat box. The biggest thing that I like to say is I was a completely different person 4 years ago. You know, I had a vision of where I wanted to take this, but I had no idea I would turn into this person. You know, so whatever vision that you have for yourself, you know, just to be honest, the more experience that you gain and the higher level that you go, you start to expand your network. You start to expand your horizons. And guess what that does? That stretches your brain more and more and more. And that what that also does is that expands your vision, right? So if you're a P-nothing, a 2 and 3, a P150, just understand that you might have some selfish reasons coming into this business. And that's okay. I want you to understand that that is okay to want to fill your own pockets at first. But as we go, P600, P1K, P2K, you're naturally going to expand your vision. So if you're like, yo, Drake, I don't know why my vision isn't big. I don't know why my vision isn't expanding already. That's why we have a team vision. That's why we have a team vision, right? 100,000 customers inside of walk-in ATMs by December 31st, 2020. That's why we have the team vision, because you haven't expanded, right, your vision enough yet. So we created one for you to just add on to. That's it. You are just a unit inside of the big vision. And we all need something that's bigger than ourselves. So one of the biggest things that I can explain to y'all is you're going to grow so much in this business, you're not going to even remember who you are right now. I don't remember who I was 6 months ago. I really don't. Instagram Live, that's all you get today. Sorry. Now I'm really going to get into it. But you're not going to remember who you are today. I'm going to just be honest. You're going to expand so much. And, you know, when I was in college, you know, this is one of the biggest things. You know, I couldn't do Instagram Live because I'm about to say something. But, you know, Amarillo, I said this on the call with Amarillo the other day. And when I was in school, I was doing some illegal activity, right? And Cash has never heard me mentor on this, and he's probably going to fucking kill me. But just to be honest, I was doing some illegal activity. You know, I was, you know, doing a weird, a legal form of entrepreneurship in college. And one of the biggest things that I got from that was I had a best friend that put me on, right? And one of the biggest things was I actually learned a massive moment in this, and I actually shared it to Cash the other night, but I learned a massive moment from that. And I used to sit next to him, and, you know, anybody that's ever done this type of illegal entrepreneurship can really rock with me. If you haven't, I'm sorry. But my friend next to me would be like, yo, Drake, you want a massive customer base in this. And I said, okay. And I would sit next to him, and I would see people come to his door all day and night. And I'd be like, bro, how does this guy know so many freaking people, dude? I was like, what is going on here, bro? And one of the biggest things was, you know, he put me on, and I actually started because I was a little money hungry. I was like, okay, I want to fill my own pockets a little bit. You know, I see you have some hundreds over here. I see a stack, and I'm broke. I'm eating ramen. And, you know, I had a selfish vision back then. You feel me? I had a selfish vision back then. So I understood that that day was a massive change in my life. You know, he was like, Drake, every bag that you fill that you're not satisfying that customer, you know, you're putting 0.9 in there while I do 1.1. And I'm going to retain my customer base way more than you. Because if they're pleased with what I give them, then guess what? They're never going to want another person ever again in their life. They're going to come back to me day after day after day after day after day. And I had a massive breaking moment, and this is going to hit for a lot of y'all, was I looked at my Instagram the other day, right? And I said, bro, I have such long freaking comments. And shout out to everybody on the squad that reads them. I mean, Jesus Christ, right? You know, praise the Lord. Amen, right? And I think one of the biggest things is I actually wonder why people read them. I really do sometimes. I'm like, why do people read my shit? You know what I'm saying? And I be typing up, I'm like, dude, that is crazy to me that people actually, the DMs I get off of my posts are actually insane. And I really took it back to what that moment in college happened. You know, while I was skimping people and I was wondering why I wasn't good at what I did back then, now I look at it and I'm like, none of my Instagram comments or posts or content in general skimps anybody. I give my consumer everything that they need. I give my consumer 1.1. And people are wondering why no one is caring about you on social media. It's because you're skimping your audience. You post once a month, bro. Why would anybody care what you have to say? You're skipping your audience. You post one Instagram story a day and one post a week. Wow, right? You're really going to make it in the legal entrepreneurship if that happened, right? No, you're done. You're out of business. It's done. But guess what happens? When you give that breaking moment, when you actually put time into your craft, when you get a little creative, right? It's funny how you start to grow a following. It's funny how that value you give actually helps somebody. It's funny how people come back post after post after post after post after post after post, DM after DM after DM, Instagram story after Instagram story after Instagram story. And shout out to everybody on this call. I think everybody in this call is the most loyal Instagram followers to each other. We do such a beautiful job at commenting on each other's shit. It's actually fucking ridiculous. And one of the biggest things is if you're on this call and you're skimping your audience and you have this support system, you're fucking playing yourself. You're playing yourself because you have the biggest support system in the world to push you and support you, and you're skimping your audience. So don't expect massive results from social media if you're not giving massive value. At the end of the day, I look at me and Cash's Instagram and I'm like, how the hell are we the top earners, right? And we have the best Instagrams. It does not make sense to me, bro. It doesn't make sense, right? That should put a chip on your shoulder at the end of the day to out fucking work us on social media. Stop posting once a week. It's ridiculous. You're not going to grow a following. You're not going to grow a loyal following at the end of the day. You're skimping people. You can't skip people and expect them to come back to you. It's not going to happen. They're going to go to another supplier of content, just like they're going to go to another supplier of ganja. They're going to go to another supplier of content, and they're going to go read Cash's post. Just to be honest, that's why you ever heard the rich keep getting richer? Well, the people that give the value keep getting more and more following because they keep giving the good shit. It's facts. It's facts. So you need to stop skipping the audience. And one of the biggest things is a lot of that comes from your part-time work ethic, right? And any of y'all listen to Eric Worre, and now I'm about to get into this, but, I'm about to get into lifestyle, right? And a lot of this, all through my sports background and all through, just as business even, I've heard the word discipline, right? I've heard the word discipline. And I had a massive clicking moment the other day. and I watched his Instagram TV video of Prince Donnell, right? And he said that he went and met with a multi-billionaire. I can't remember the name of the guy, but he co-owned the Atlanta Hawks, right? He co-owned the Atlanta Hawks. His wife is a billionaire as well, so shout out to that guy having a billionaire wife. I mean, good God. I can't imagine their conversations at the dinner table. But, oh, my Lord. So his wife owns the company Spanx. I don't even know what company that is. And they both co-own the Atlanta Hawks, right? So if you can find out who they are, shout out to you. But it doesn't really matter. This billionaire invited Prince Donnell, follow him on Instagram, out to his house. And the coolest thing that I recognize is, I've learned how to learn. And he said that the billionaire only gave him 15 minutes. He only gave him 15 minutes. And he went to his house. He said it was the biggest house that he's ever gone to in his life. And I was like, okay. And he started talking to him. And he said, Prince Donnell asked him, he was like, you sold 4 multi-million-dollar, Sarah Blakely. Boom. Shout out to you. I don't know who that is in the chat. I mean, I'm going to buy you a cookie or something, bro. I mean, that was ridiculous. I don't know how you found that. Jesus Christ. Prince Donnell asked him, bro, you sold 4 multi-million-dollar companies, right? And he said, how do you get to this level of success? And you're so consistent. And one of the biggest things was, I think this guy ran like 36,000 miles in 25 years. And that evens out to about 4 miles every single day for 25 years. And I was like, whoa, right? How do you do that? And spoke at 10X growth. That's dope, bro. 25 years, 4 miles a day. And I said, dude, how do you do that? Some people can't even post for 4 days in a row. And I'm like, how do you run 4 miles every day for 25 years? That's ridiculous. And he said, Prince, I want you to take discipline out of your vocabulary. And I want you to replace it with lifestyle. One of the biggest things that we do in this business is we think lifestyle is watches and cars, all this shit on Instagram. But we don't understand that our lifestyle is what we do habitually, right? We get up and we brush our teeth, whether we're in a good mood or a bad mood. We get up and we put one foot in front of the other, whether we're in a good mood or a bad mood. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That's what we do because it's our lifestyle. And one of the biggest things that we're not doing, right, and what's stopping you from getting to the next level is you're not putting income-producing activities into your lifestyle. You're putting smoking into your lifestyle, right? You're putting going to the gym for 4 hours a day into your life. Guys, if you're doing this business at least part-time, you got to understand that you have certain hobbies, right? I missed out on the gym for 3 months getting to P5000. You got to have sacrifice at some area of your life to get to the next level. You got to understand that your lifestyle, I'm giving y'all everything I got tonight, I swear to God, right? You got to understand that your lifestyle is filled, and you got to have some self-reflection tonight, right? What are you doing habitually every single day? Are you scrolling through Instagram? Are you eating bad, right? Are you wasting time with your girlfriend? Are you wasting time with parents? Are you putting up the Christmas lights? I listened to an Eric Worre video yesterday, and he said, yo, Eric, another billionaire asked crazy, right? He said, Eric, what do you do that's worth $500 an hour? And he said, well, I do network marketing. And then Eric Worre, he said, Eric, I don't do anything I don't do anything, right? Whatever you do, right, in your day that is not in front of a customer that's not worth $500 an hour, you're losing money. And he said, Eric, if you mow your own lawn and you pay that guy $15, you lost $485 that hour. If you do your dishes and for a whole hour, you lost $500. Think of every hour being worth $500, and I guarantee you all y'all will wake up at 8 a.m. every day. I guarantee you all y'all will wake up at 6 a.m. every day, and you'll stop getting the chats lit at noon. You'll stop waking up and bullshitting your time. You'll stop waking up and start your one-on-ones at 4 p.m. every day. I mean, good God. Like, what is your lifestyle? Do you like sleeping in more than you like being broke? I'm just being honest, and it's ridiculous that we're going into 2020, the biggest decade of our existence, right? You have the best team in all of existence. You have the best culture in all of existence, and you're sleeping till noon. You're still smoking. You're still hanging with friends. You're still doing putting up Christmas. Guys, I'll be honest. I've had a fucking horrible Christmas the last 3 years. I haven't seen my mom in months. Guess what? It's going to be a horrible Christmas this year too. Guess what? I'm grinding for y'all because I want all of us to have a good Christmas. I don't care about my Christmas this year. So y'all can have a good Christmas next year. I don't care. All y'all are Chairman 10 because I'm sacrificing my Christmas. So you're putting up Christmas lights while I'm sacrificing my Christmas away from my family. I don't even know where my family is. And I'm sacrificing my family this year. So just for y'all to build this dynasty. So we can give everybody a good Christmas. Do y'all get it? Do y'all get the vision? And people are wasting their time because their lifestyles are filled with habits that are not income producing. So if you can understand that, you can understand that your discipline goes out the window. You're not going to wake up every day in the best mood. You're not going to wake up and have the best discipline. You're going to sleep comments out every single day. I want you to type a 111 in the chat. If I taught you the Instagram comment method, the Instagram comment. Keep going. Anybody else? How many people have learned the Instagram comment method? Where's Edgar Fuentes at on the call? Cool. Now let's stop it right there. That's good. Told you this call's gonna get lit. Now I want y'all to type a 222. I got you, Colin. I'm gonna call you right after this. Now, I want you to type a 222 in the chat box. If since I taught you, you sent over 100 comments every single day. Every single day, you've sent over 100 and written them down. Ken, I know you have. You sent like 200. Victoria, Silva, I see y'all. So about 5 of y'all have sent over 100, and we taught it to over 100, right? 5 of y'all have done it, but we taught it to well over 100 people, right? So you got to understand that there's a leak. There's a leak in your habits. There's a leak somewhere in your habits that it's leaking somewhere. And if you don't find this leak, it's going to leak forever. Guys, when you have a big ass fucking team, your job is to find the leak in your organization. And if you have a leak personally, how are you going to be able to go find someone else's leak when you're the leak? You're the leak. And you have a leak. You're the leak. You're the leak. So we have to find our own leak sometimes. And guys, I'll be honest, it was a crazy last couple of months. All of us had leaks. But going into 2020, we got to understand that for us to run this business, if you want to have full-time results, type 111 if you want to have some full-time fucking results. If you want to go Chairman 10 in this business, I want you to type 111 in the chat. Well, guess what? Full-time in this business is 16 hours a day of income-producing activities. 16 hours. So what are we going to do going into 2020 to become the best version of ourselves? How is our diet going to be, right? What time are we waking up? What time are we going to sleep? In between 8 a.m. and 4 a.m., what are we doing truly? Waking up and going to an event every night is not getting us there. It's not getting us there. So what are we doing? Guys, there is an obligation when we go to an event for you to bring somebody with you. You have an obligation to change someone's life. Have an obligation. And if you make that your lifestyle, I promise you, you will start to do it every day, whether that day is good and bad, right? So I'm gonna go a little bit, and I'm done. I'm about to bring on my mentor, man. But I really wanted to go over that stuff with you. Really just go next level, man. Really understand what time we're in right now. Really understand, what organization you're a part of right now, and understand that over the next 3 weeks, we have to perfect who we are in our lifestyles to really go into 2020 and get the results that all of us demand. Guys, 100,000 customers in this organization by December 31st is no easy task. It's no easy task. And, I wouldn't put a task like that on any other team. If there's any other team that can, guys, there's 100,000 customers and I am. We're going to match them this year. We're going to match a whole company. A whole company we're matching. So look at the people on this call. Are you matching up? Are you matching up? It's time that we have some self-reflection and really see how we're matching up. And I think that alone is not only going to shoot us into Houston, not only going to shoot us into 2020 with complete and utter momentum, it's really going to increase you into the person that you need to become to really, really, really benefit at the level that you want to benefit. Become the mentor that you want to become. Become the mentor that you want to become. And I promise you, you will have some loyal followers that follow right in your footsteps. I've never led a day in my life where I've told someone to do something that I haven't done. I've always led in the front. I've always gone to war in this business, in this industry. I've gone to war, and I've led with my own actions. And I just do. I do. And if people have followed me in the past, then they followed me. And now we got a loyal ass fucking army, and we're going to war right now. We're going to war right now. And I'm telling y'all, I'm going to continue to do and not ever tell y'all to do anything. I'm going to go out and I'm going to go to battle first. No shield, just sword type shit. And I'm going to go to fucking war. And all I ask is for you to wake up, pray, and attack. That's all I ask every single day. And we're going to go into 2020 with motherfucking momentum that no one's ever seen in their life. And it's going to be a blessing. So I don't want to take too much of the time tonight. I'm never the special guest when I follow up, when I go before this man. He's not only a special guest, he's my brother, bro. And, I'll be honest, guys, there's a lot of people copying right now. And I told him tonight, he says this a lot, but, how can they beat us when we're playing in our own heads? How can they beat us when we're playing in our own heads? And I think one of the biggest things was, I think a lot of people needed to hear that tonight. And, the next step is for y'all to really hear from this man. And, if you could hear the conversations that we've had lately and the visions that this man has had, I've said from the jump, even 4 years ago when I sat in that man's apartment, I'd known he was special from just the connections we had. And I told him, Cash, I don't know where we're going, but I'll follow you to the ends of the earth. And damn, have we done it, bro. And, the biggest thing that you got to understand is when this man was no rank, I'd already seen this guy, a chairman 500 in this company. I believed it from the day that he started mentoring because I've had the privilege of watching this man and studying this man from the jump. And the things that he says on webinars, the things that he says in person, the things that he says on calls, the way he walks, the way he moves, the way he inspires people, the knowledge that's in his brain. Guys, it's nothing but godlike. I promise you. This man, he's a messenger. And the stuff that he says, it's not physical. It's a spiritual experience every time you talk to him. And he's the biggest reason that I'm here today. He pretty much freaking made me, bro. And the biggest thing you got to understand is if he can make something like this, then he can make y'all into anything you want with just you opening up your ears and actually allowing him to mentor you. And that's the biggest thing. And I think he's already earned the respect, but I truly think that he deserves 100 times more respect. And, I think that if you didn't write notes on me, you better write notes on this man, because I know that he's about to spit some absolute flame. And not only are we going to 100,000 customers this year, this man is going to be the top earner in the world. I promise you, in the entire industry. He will be the top earner in the world, not in I am, in the entire industry, because not only of his skill, not only because he's not even in a physical world, he's got the biggest heart known to man. Because as you can see, I'm in this man's house. He took me in when I had no place to stay. And he said, Drake, we're going to the top. And I said, okay, let's go do it. And now we're an overnight success. It's pretty funny. So Cash, Cartier, please get on this line and take it away, brother. I absolutely love you to death. And let's go take the trophy.
I love you too, bro. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Drop a 7 really quick for my boy, my brother, Drizzy Drake. Drizzy Drake. Perfect. Yo, Drake just slayed that right now. It's crazy. It's crazy. Actually, really quick, let's give it back to Mario too, real quick. Drop a 3 for Mario real quick. He slayed that too. I was very impressed. Just to give it back to Drake really quick, you guys. A lot of my success and stuff like that has been also because of Drake. Has been rocking with me. I made very bad decisions. I'll be the first one to tell you. I've made very, very, very bad decisions as a leader, and I'm sure I'll still continue to make them. And I think that I respect him a lot, because during those bad decisions, I've lost majority of my teams several times. I've actually had to rebuild from the beginning, from 1,000 to 0, from 1,000 to 0, from 1,000 to 0 a few times now. And Drake's been with me the whole time. A couple of other people as well, Mr. Jonathan Hazley. I always like to say his name a lot when I'm on these calls as well. So point is I just have a lot of respect for his loyalty. He was not someone, Drake was not somebody who was anybody's first pick. In fact, if a lot of people see Drake the way he is now, and if you knew Drake when I was working with him, I can almost guarantee you that you never would have thought he was a person that he is right now. You never would have thought it. In fact, he was a traitor. When I say traitor, when I say traitor, I mean like he just wanted to, like, he did not want to market. You know what I mean? Like at all, like zero. In fact, he was like P150 for like 2 years, literally. I'm not making that up. And so, when I say that, right, he was somebody that he kind of looked more nerdy and stuff like that. And, long story short, now he is this individual you see now. He gives me credit for it, but that is absolutely him. I gave him his mentorship, but the thing is he was coachable. And then I also gave him enough room to do what he wanted to do. A lot of what we do is because I have an idea. I'll give him my idea, and Drake will be like, watch this, right? And then he goes and, I just have a little vision, and I'll be like, yo, this is my vision. And then he'll be like, oh, okay, watch this, and Drake's an idiot, right? I'll know Drake, you go up there and do something insane, like, yo, let's go crowd surfing. Like, no, Drake, let's not go crowd surfing, right? You go do that, right? But, anyways, I'm done. I just wanted to give it back to Drake. Love you, big dog. I really appreciate you. For everyone on this call right now, let's go ahead and get this popping, right? I'm going to go over a little bit of the basics of network marketing really fast, right? A lot of y'all hear me do a lot of mindset. I'll most likely do mindset knowing me, because I can't not do it, right? But I'm going to go in here and do a little bit of training I was just doing for Mr. Ollie the other day. I actually posted it on my YouTube, which I am making a YouTube and stuff like that to upload trainings to. But anyways, I don't want to give all this details on this talking, so let's get popping here, right? Let's get into how I believe you should start off of your marketing, right? I believe number one, you're making about a list through 1 through 10, and the list 1 through 10 is going to be really your highest hitters. So it's going to be your top, let's just say your top 10. In fact, that is what it's called. Now that's going to be your top 10. Okay. Now the other thing that I look at, right, is I look at myself, and, I want everyone to, really just get the training on this, not specifically, like, you don't have to be this in depth, if this makes sense. I just want you to look at the logic of what I'm saying. Okay. And this logic, should really pertain to all of you. And I'm going to say, the 5 is going to be you, and obviously I'll get into the rest in a little bit. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What is this, right? I believe this is a scale of yourself right now, right? And so what I want you to do is rate yourself. Not literally, but look at who you are. Are you disciplined? Are you coachable? Do you have great work ethic? Are you smart? I'm not, right? All these other things. And I want you to take that, okay, and find out where you are. Now, what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to essentially look for other people like us or better. So like us, right, or better, meaning 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is going to be better than you, right? Better than you. Now, the thing is, and it's funny, especially when I talk to newer leaders, let's just say that's where I get a lot of ego from, because a lot of leaders just love to talk about themselves and how they want to be the best and de-edify their leaders, their uplines, and all this. Is just crazy. When what I'm looking for, just to be real, like, I have humility. I want someone better than me, because if someone's better than me, they're going to blow this shit up. Wow. Right? So you can have your ego all you want, or you could just find someone better than you and admit it. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? So you can have your ego, or you can make money. You decide. So make your list. Now, the thing that's cool about this, if you find someone that's better, right, or you yourself are better, now you don't have to convince them. Okay, I'm going to assume everyone's at minimum around a 5. I don't believe I'm near a 10, right? But I'm gonna assume everyone's around a 5 or whatever, hypothetically, right? And that's why we're starting in the middle. Now, what I want you to look at when I'm saying this, right, is if you are someone with great work ethic, which I'm just going to be honest with you, right? 90% I'm just very honest. 90% of these people on this call do not have great work ethic. Okay, I'm just being honest. I'm sorry, but that's just a brutally honest part of life. And so, you want to look for yourself for better. So if you have good work ethic, guess what? You don't have to convince someone with good work ethic to work. And so now what's happening is, if you look at someone that is not as good, hypothetically, I don't like to rate people like this, but we're going to, all right? Not as good, okay? Anyone that has an ego, this should make you feel good, okay? I'm just kidding. I'm done talking to the ego people, right? So anyone that's not as good, right, is going to be below here, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, get this. If you're struggling on wondering why someone in your team is not working, let's look at this chart. Are they as good as you? Do they have as great work ethic as you? Are they as smart as you? Are they as handsome as you? Are they as beautiful as you? If all the answers, or a majority of them, are no, then that means they're down here. Now, does that mean that we just like leave these people? No, because we can build them to become better than us. That's definitely possible, and that's always my goal. In fact, I believe most people are going to be around here for me, hypothetically, and that's really what I'm looking for. But you got to ask yourself, right, are you trying to convince someone, right? Are you trying to convince someone to work? That's a 1. That's a 2. And a lot of you are in the convincing game, okay? You're in the convincing game. I get the most calls, Cash, how do you motivate your team? I'm not motivating shit, okay? I'm not Tony Robbins. I'm not a motivational speaker, okay? I'm not here to motivate, right? I'm not here to inspire. I'm here to show the discipline, right? And that's what you as a leader need to do is show discipline, dedication, etc., right? We're not here to motivate, right? And once you really truly understand that, you'll feel a lot better, because a lot of you are stuck over here trying to make the 1 and 2s work harder when they're never going to, because they're 1 and 2s. You guys get the point. Now, let's also look at this now, right? This is going to be our recruiting tree as well, okay? A lot of your success can be based off of this. Now, what I want you to look at is simple game, right? This is going to be, right, hunted, okay? This is going to be hunted. And Crixus is snoring loud as hell. I don't know if y'all can hear him, but boy, right? And I know some of y'all, you're used to me just screaming on the call. You're like, damn, Cash is nice today. Like, what the hell, right? And this is going to be, right, hunting. Wow, we're going to put an I there. Hunting. Every time someone writes in the chat box, it literally makes me want to go click the message so bad. Just so y'all know. Like, I see that little message pop down. Okay, sorry. Let's get back into it. So, hunting, right? So, let's look at this. Okay, I'm really going to speed this up now, right? So, we have a top 10, and I'm going to get into that in a minute, right? Now, but your top 10 obviously is going to be probably 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and up, right? But I want you to look at the logic on this, right? Our goal is to always be hunting this. So, this is who we're looking to recruit, right? This is who we're looking to recruit. That's why we're hunting them. And so what I don't want to do is waste time waste time recruiting ones and twos who are going to sign up. And now you're stressing because, yes, they signed up. Okay, you got the sale. Yay. And now you're stressing out. Why? You're stressing out because you feel like just because they signed up, they should be grinding, and you're not looking at the logic side of things. And so that's why I tell everybody, right, I'm like, I don't want just anyone to sign up. Y'all hear me when I'm speaking. I'm like, yo, if you're skeptical, blah, 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 here's the thing. Don't sign up, right? I'm not here to convince you. If you have shitty work ethic, don't sign up. I'm not the one, right? Go sign up with anyone else. I'm sure many chairman 25, 50, whatever will take you. Not me, right? And so my mentality is that why? Because I don't want to deal with that. Because I know they're going to waste my time. I'm not worried about them building an organization because they're not going to. I'm not worried about them continuing to pay their auto-ship because they're not going to. They're wasting my time. That's usually what they're doing. They're wasting your time, okay? You get the point. So stop looking for people that are smoking weed and all this other stuff so you can feel better about saying, yes, I hit P150 off of ones and twos, and then you're wondering why, right? You're wondering why the next month you deranked, and now you're like, wow, this doesn't work. No, the reason why it doesn't work is because you're going after low-level people to make yourself feel better instead of going after high-level people. Either way, you're going to spend energy. Remember this. Either way, you're going to spend time talking to people. You might as well take a little bit longer to hunt and go through 5 to 10, right? Hopefully this makes sense because a lot of you are struggling here. I know this, and including myself, right? So moving forward, right, let's go into more. Now, what I want you to think that if we're recruiting them, what is this area over here, okay? Well, look at this. This is the people that are going to be hunting us. They are going to be coming to us, meaning, right, we are attracting them. We are attracting them. God bless anyone that misses these calls, okay? So I love how the numbers get low. I love that. I always speak last too on purpose, okay? So we are attracting them, okay? Attracting. Now, here's the thing. Look at this on a logical standpoint. Most likely, right, this isn't a perfect world, right? I'm aware of that. But most likely, if you're a 5, you're going to attract, think about this, 1 to 5. Maybe a 6, but probably not, right? 1 to 5, right? And then 10 is, let's just say, Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett probably ain't going to inbox Cash Cartier, okay? I'm just being honest. I don't know. Hopefully, maybe, Warren, we love you, right? Hit us up if you want to do Forex instead of the stock market, right? 6.6 trillion, Warren, right? So moving forward, okay, you got to look at the logic of this. So with that part being said, right, this is who we're attracting. And so what you guys want to understand is what we want to do is we want to focus our inbox around these numbers. Yes, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The reason why I'm saying 4 is because I have no problem building a leader. I'm down. In fact, a lot of what I like to build at is around the 4s. Okay, around the 4s. And by the way, I'm not talking about, I don't care where someone's from. I don't care if they're a felon. I don't care if they're an ex-drug addict. I don't care about none of that. That's not what it's. I just need work ethic and a non-quit mentality. Yo, let's rock it, right? That's all we need. In fact, that's a 4 to me, right? You can suck at everything in the world. You give me work ethic, discipline, coachability, all this other stuff. Let's rock it, right? We'll bring you all the way up the line. And so that's why I'm down to get the 4s. 1, 2s, and 3s, right? So moving forward, look at this now, right? All we got to do when we're marketing is we got to think of it like this. We're going to be attracting them, but if you want a hitter, then you got to hunt, right? So you let people hunt you, focus on hunting. Now, what I want you to understand is if you're not building your Instagram, you're fucked, okay? So a lot of you, right, a lot of you are not building your Instagram. You're going to say, Cash, why am I struggling? And I'm going to say, because you haven't posted in a year. You've been on all of my calls. I say the same thing, and you're still wondering why it is that you're stuck where you're at. And the reason why is because you're not posting, and you love to find a way around the posting situation, but you're not going to. And you're wondering why, and you want me to say something to you other than this. You listen, you write these notes down, and then you're like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to start. You wake up, squirrel. And then, next thing you know, you're on a call with me again saying the same shit. Insanity, right? And so that's where you're going to be at, okay? Moving forward, hunting, okay? So this means now that if we're hunting, I'm looking for someone that's at my rank, at myself or better than me. At myself or better than me, right? I want someone better than me. Why? Because I don't have to manage them, right? I don't have to manage them. Do y'all see Cash Cartier? This is not a trick question. Do y'all see Cash Cartier in the back office on the top 10 recruiters in all of IM? No. But we got Luke Longmire up there though, right? Better than me. Think about that, right? I have no problem with saying that. Everyone with egos has a problem. Yo, Chairman 25, right? He's better than me. Yo, but I'm Chairman 25. Okay, y'all get the logic? You can have an ego, or you can drop the ego and stop wanting to be the best just so you can say it, and go look for people that are better than you. And then when they come in, stop trying to stunt their growth so you can feel better about yourself. A lot of you have people that are in your organizations right now that just quite frankly are better than you. And the thing is I'm going to say it since they're not going to say it to you, and you're holding them back because they're better than you and you don't want to let them grow. Now, on the flip side, some of you are getting led by somebody that is better than you, okay? You're being led by someone that's better than you, and you need to drop your ego and let it happen. Now, here's the thing. I don't want you to look at this thing as I'm better or I know I can do better, because that's when ego comes in. Understand the logic of the training. Okay, because I notice when we do trainings, right? People like don't use the common sense part of things, and they're like, "Oh, Cash said not to work with you because I know I'm better than you," right? And it's just like, "Oh my gosh, get the logic in what I'm saying, please." Okay, so moving forward, right? We're hunting now. Guess what? As we grow our mindset, what's gonna happen, right? As we grow our mindset, guess what? What happens? You now become a 6, right? Then a 7. Now, guess what? When you become a 7, a 6 and 7, what are you attracting? You're attracting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, right? Now you move up the scale. You're a 9. What are you attracting, right? Higher and higher as you grow as an individual, right? No one likes egotistical people because you stopped growing when you became egotistical at 5, okay? And so what you got to understand is, right, do you think that Matt Rosa, Jason Brown, right, are sitting down with 1s and 2s and 3s? No. Who are they sitting down with, right? Well, let's just say they're 9s. Who are they sitting down with? They're recruiting. They're hunting, okay? They're sitting down at the table, right, hunting their prey literally at the table as they eat, as a feast before they get in. So look at that. So as you grow, the numbers of people that you're attracting is also getting higher as well. So as you become a higher level person and as you grow through, I'm not talking about money, just mindset. Now what's going to happen is it's easier to get those people. So now when you're consistently posting on Instagram, they will notice a mindset change, because believe it or not, you are going to look and sound better on, and when I say look, I mean, I'm talking about mindset. That's all I'm talking about. You're going to look better on Instagram with the mindset. And now you're going to attract these individuals, right, as you grow, listening to personal development, etc. And what I'm here to tell you is that if you're not a 6-figure earner and you're trying to attract a 6-figure earner, you better become one in your mind before you try to attract one, because a lot of you are thinking you're going to attract one, but you're not one in your mind, okay? And that's the issue. It needs to add up, okay? You will not attract someone unless they're on the same vibration as you. So if they're the same vibration as you, right, and a lot of y'all know what I'm talking about, some of y'all don't, right, but the same vibration as you, well, then guess what? Then of course you're going to be attracting them. And so how do we attract them? You attract the people on the same vibration as you, aka your mindset. So now this is how we're doing it. Stop focusing on these people, right? Say from 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and up, meaning someone that's a little bit less than you, and then focus on someone that's as good as you and better. That's what you're focused on. The rest you want to be on Instagram and attract them, right? Now, there's nothing wrong with getting these people in. I believe that, right, you know, somebody like me can have the come up like I did, right? And I believe that people like Drake, like people like, you know, I was going to say Tim Sloma, but damn, I mean, he came like college degree, all that shit. Sorry, Tim. Right? But my point is that I believe you can find people, yes, and attract them, and you never know what's going to happen. But I don't want to waste my time. You get the point. What am I talking about? The reason why I'm going on and on about all this is because a lot of people are wasting their time, not thinking correctly. And I want you to understand how to think correctly, right? And so as we go through this, okay, now let's get off the scale. Right now, you should already see in your organization, if you look at this scale, why it is that certain things are happening, okay? You'll know right away. Why is this that certain things are happening? You're trying to convince a 1 to be a 10, and they don't want to, right? Now, that's just the odds of it, right? So now moving forward, let's talk about the top 10 list. Now, the top 10 list, all right, the reason why I like to have the list of top 10 is for specific reasons, right? It's because I can go up to them and I can say, right, in fact, let me just write it down for you, right? 2, 3, 4, all right, oops, I'm dyslexic, sorry, right? 4, 5, okay, whatever. Now, 1 through 5, okay, you get it's gonna be 10. Let's just say it's Drake, okay? Drake, you're number 1, I guess, right? Let's just say Savage, okay? And, right, let's say, who else is on this thing? All right, Mario, Savage, you're saved right now. All right, and, right, let's just say, all right, Ollie, you're up on there. And let's just say, okay, you know, Breeza, right? Okay, perfect. So let's rock this. Now, look at this. I want to be able to go, and now what I'm going to do, by the way, sorry. All right, that's my top 10. I want to have a list of maybe 100, all right? And now guess what I can do when I'm talking to someone? I can go up to, right? And by the way, there's going to be names here. I can go up to Drake and say, hey, Drake, I'm actually looking into something right now, right? Here, as you can see, you can flat out show them, literally, right? As you can see, right here, you're actually, right, on my top 10 list, right, of 100 people, right? That doesn't mean that that doesn't mean that, I need you. That just means that you're on my top 10 right here out of 100 people. And so with that part being said, right, I'm actually launching, a new business right now, something that we're going to be talking about on Tuesday. And so with that part being said, you're somebody obviously that I have a lot of respect for. That's why you're on the top 10. And you're leveraging the top 10 to make themselves good, so make them sound good, boost their ego a little bit, and at the same time saying we don't need you because, all right, and if you don't want to, that's completely fine because I have 99 other names to go through anyways. Okay? So either way, you're good. I'm holding my ground on that. That's why I want to have a top 10 list. All right? And honestly, this is really how I be doing shit. I mean, this is how I've launched my organizations. Okay, literally, please understand that, right? Yo, if you want to come up in this, I'm just going to let you know we're about to blow this up, right? We're about to blow this up. I remember when I first started, I had nobody on my team. I said, yo, we're about to blow this up. I was talking about myself, okay? I had nobody on my team. There was no we. I'm just being real, right? I was talking about the future team, for real. Okay, now moving forward, right? Now what I want to do is let's get into the real thing. All right, list, pipeline, okay? And this is where the real training comes in. And this is where I'm going to, now I'm going to be really serious about the rest of this call, okay? So let's get rocking, all right? Because now, like, this is, like, for real, where shit gets real. List pipeline. This is what you got to understand, okay? The list. What is the list? That's an equal sign, okay? The list is going to be somebody who you want to bring into the organization, someone you believe will be good at this, but they have not yet been exposed to anything, right? Not been exposed. That's the list. Okay, that just means you have reason to believe they will blow this up. That's all the list is, but they haven't seen it. Pipeline, right? I'm actually going to get into that in a minute, right? So, and I'm so dyslexic. Oh my gosh. All right, so I wish I would have taken my medicine, boy. Okay, so pipeline. All right, pipeline. Now, what I want to do is, and this is very real, okay? Some of y'all don't be making the list or whatever, Okay, that's probably why you're at where you're at, because you don't want to do it. Okay, just being real. Now, let's just go through it again, right? I'm not going to do this all over again. Okay, maybe I will. And I'm going to do, right, Tim, right, Bob, right, Samantha. Oh, ooh, there we go, backwards S. Right, Samantha, right, Maria, and, let's just say Crixus. Okay, perfect. Now what am I going to do? This is what I want you to understand, okay? This is the list. Now, again, they have not been exposed yet. Now, moving forward, what do we want to do? We want to understand that the real list is the pipeline. Write this down. Checks go down the pipeline. And it's very important for you to understand this, because that is where your moneymaker list is at. Now, the other thing I want you to write down, right? The other thing I want you to write down is going to be amateurs, right? Amateurs convince, professionals sort. Amateurs convince, professionals sort. Okay? So moving forward, right? What we're doing right now is I'm teaching you how to not be an amateur. I'm teaching you how to be a professional, to sort and launch, right? So if you want to launch, this is how you're going to do it. And this is why the list is important. Now, this is what a lot of people are doing. They're not sorting. They don't know what they're doing. And now what happens, right? I don't remember the names, doesn't matter. But they go talk to Tim, right? They talk to Tim. Tim is not interested. Tim is not interested, okay? Now what happens is this though, okay? Right? Now you talk to Bob and Samantha or whatever, right? And let's just say Bob is interested, right? Bob is interested, okay? Now here's the thing. If Tim is not interested, why would you keep spending time on Tim? Some of you are doing that because you think that everybody is convincible, that everybody will close, that everybody will sign up if. Not everyone is going to sign up, okay? Not everyone. Yes, you want to be persistent. Yes, you want to be consistent. Yes, you want to follow up, because no is not no forever. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is some of you dwell on this person when you should be spending your time with Bob. And so this is what a lot of new members do. And so what we want to do is we want to expose them, right? So after we expose, we're sorting. That's all we're doing. So Tim, no, okay? Tim's looked at what is IAM .info, right? Not interested. Okay, cool. Bye, Tim, right? Now we have Bob. Bob's checked out what is IAM.com, and he doesn't have the money. What is that? The pipeline. Bob is in the pipeline. Savage, I don't know if you're sleeping, but you better wake that ass up, right? Bob is in the pipeline, okay? So with that part being said, okay, now what? What does this mean? This means that this is the right person. This means that this is the right person, okay? So why are we focusing on people that are not interested and we're not focusing on the pipeline? That's where a lot of people are messing up at. Now let's go through more of it, right? Let's just say Samantha, okay? Samantha right here, interested, okay? Samantha's interested, okay? Then, I don't know who that is, but whatever, not interested. And then, obviously, I got to get my dog on here, right? Crixus. Crixus is interested in the pipeline. Now, what do? Now, guess what? Write this part down, okay? The pipeline is someone, right, that has been exposed, and we have reason to believe that they are going to sign up at some point. That's what the pipeline is, right? It means they have been exposed. They have seen what is IAM.info. They've been on a call with a mentor, maybe. They have been to an event or whatever. That is someone going into the pipeline, okay? Now, that's really key that you understand that, right? Now, moving forward, all right, what I want to do is I want you to understand that we always want to be adding to the list, right? We want to be adding to the list at all times, okay? Now, the pipeline is where your odds drastically increase. Your odds drastically increase of you signing up these individuals. Why? Because you've sorted, you've taken the randomness out, and you put them in the highest likely to blossom into your organization, right? You put them in the highest part, right, of likeliness to blossom within the organization. Now, moving forward, right, what I want you to understand is once you do something long enough, and once you finally get a sale, for example, right, you're going to get a result. And once you get a result, what's going to happen is you're going to get an average. And once you get an average, now we're going somewhere with the list in the pipeline. Why is this, right? Because you can talk to one, let's just say you talk to 1 out of 10 people, 9 say no, right? 1 says yes. Now your average is 1 out of 10, okay? 1 out of 10. Why is this key? Because let me sum it up for you now, right? Because if we're always adding to this list, okay? If we're always adding to this list, and now the pipeline is where we're getting our yeses from, that means 1 out of every 10 people on this pipeline, right, are going to sign up. So if we're always adding to the list, we're sorting, and then if we're always adding to the list, that means what? What are we doing? We're always adding to the pipeline. And if we're always adding to the pipeline and we're getting 1 out of 10 result, that means, right, the pipeline, remember what I said in the beginning, checks go down the pipeline. Bless everyone not on this call, right? Checks go down the pipeline. So checks go down the pipeline. What does that mean? That means you've got to sign up now. That means you got to sign up, right? Because signups come out the pipeline. All right. And so now what we're doing is we're not spending time on the people that don't want to sign up. We're focusing on the pipeline. And now the fortune is in the follow-up with these people. So now you know who to follow up with, right? Now if you're consistently posting on Instagram, you're consistently doing these things, right? You're following up with Savage on his birthday, right? Savage didn't want to sign up, right? But guess what? Following up can be something as simple as saying, hey, what's up, Savage? You know, I see it's your birthday today. Happy birthday, right? You know who to follow up with, right, in the pipeline. You're not following up with Tim. Some of you are following up with Tim when you have Savage, right, in the pipeline, but he's not in the pipeline because you're not sorting. You're convincing, right? You're not sorting, right? You're convincing. You're not being a professional. You're being an amateur, all right? And so now guess what happens, though? What you do is get the logic. If you do this quickly, the list in the pipeline moves quickly. And now guess what? As you do this, the average increases and it gets better and better. So now instead of 1 out of 10, you'll get 2 out of 10. And now get this. If you get hypothetically 3 signups, right? If you get on average, right, 3 signups starting in this month, right? That means as you increase this and as you grow it, next month, by law of average, okay, you're going to get 4, 5. Then the next month is what? Right? 6, 7, then 8, 9, then 10. That is why you want to always be moving like this and adding to the list, which adds to the pipeline, right? And now you're always getting a sign up. It's actually a funnel. It's literally a funnel. So to sum it all up, okay, look at this is literally what it looks like, right? List, okay, right? Then to pipe, right? Pipeline transfers to what? Sign up. Savage, I see you like your mind is blown right now, right? To sign up. Now, guess what? Congratulations. This is where consistency kicks in, because if you continue to talk to people every day, here's the problem. Some of you are thinking this, right? Some of you are thinking when you talk to Savage, this is especially new members. If you're new, please listen. You're thinking Savage, who is in the pipeline, right? You talk to Savage and you, for whatever reason, right? We're like, you know what? I talked to Savage. I'm not going to follow up because, Savage didn't sign up today. And you stop moving. You stop talking to Savage, right? And then most new members quit or whatever, and they think it's not working, but you don't typically see a result for at least 90 to 120 days. So that means on average, 90 to 120 days after someone enters the pipeline is when they'll usually sign up. So what does that mean? That means if you start now, that means what month are we in? December, right? January, February, March. That means in March they'll sign up. You want instant gratification. We're not in the business of instant gratification. We're in the business, right, of believing without seeing. We're in the business of faith, right? We left paychecks a long time ago. We're in the business, right, of wages, right? Profits, or I'm sorry, we're in the business of profits, right? Profits are better than wages, okay? And wages, right, is something that you've got to understand. You're just getting instant gratification. That's the job industry. We're in the entrepreneur industry. In the entrepreneur industry, right, we're here for profits. Profits means you have to let go to get back. Profits means you have to let go to get back. And so what am I saying? You have to let go, and you have to go ahead and believe that the pipeline is going to come back if you are consistent, right? Because as your money compounds in the forex markets, as your money compounds inside the businesses, as your money does those things, right? What's happening? Right? It's compounding. It's working consistently. But what you got to understand is on the follow-up side of things, okay? On the follow-up side of things, you are now the one building interest for your business, right? Not the interest. I'm talking about the grinding part of it, right? And so now, right, as you're working, now guess what happens? That is when you start seeing the profits, aka the people on the pipeline, hitting you up. And so some of y'all are hitting people up. You're saying this is not working, and you're not even following up. And so since you don't follow up, you miss the consistency part, and now they're not even in the pipeline because you didn't follow up anyways. And so what you've got to understand is if you really want to be if you really want this, right, you got to wait 90 to 120 days before you can say this works. And if you're consistent, guess what? Consistent people get momentum because that time begins to add up. And so now what happens is, yes, it might take till March for your results to kick in, but now at March, it starts snowballing all year. Because why, right? We're in the compound business, are we not? We're in the compound business, are we not? And so you're thinking that something's different. Our money is still working for us when we're doing what we're doing right now. Our money is still working for us when we're doing what we're doing right now. Just because it's in marketing doesn't mean it's different. And so what you got to understand is, right, you're investing your time for 90 to 120 days, hoping and expecting to get a profit by faith after 90 to 120 days of consistent, right, work in growth of your mentality. And so the return of investment is how big. The return on investment is how much were you growing yourself between the 90 to 120 days, right? And how consistent were you? How consistent was the market going up for those 90 to 120 days? And who's the market, by the way? You're the market, are you not, right? Because we're the market makers of our own organization. And so if we're the market makers of our own organization, what does that mean? That means that if we are consistent during that time, right, of growing the unseen, right, of our time investment, that means that the buildup and the return of our investment of time will be bigger after the delayed gratification. But delayed gratification is always better than instant gratification. I'm going to say it again. Delayed gratification is always better than instant gratification. Can you turn the fan on a little higher, right? And so hopefully this is making sense to everyone. Now, let me give you a little trick really quick, right? You have something called your flagged messages on Instagram, right? You have the flagged messages. Guess what? Slide that over, right? Guess what the pipeline is? Everyone that you send that to that's interested, you flag it. Boom. Shout out to your new pipeline list. All you got to do, go in there, click the flag button, and you have a whole list. You have a whole pipeline ready to get rocking right now for you to go. Now, what do you do as well? Okay, remember I said on the pipeline, you want to follow up with these people. Well, how do you follow up with these people as you continue to grow? What do? Okay, you go turn on notifications for Savage on story and posting. Who's gonna be his best friend? Me, right? Who when he posts something funny? Who's gonna laugh at it? Me. I'm in the inbox. I don't always have to bring up business. Sometimes me just showing up is the reminder. Me just writing them is the reminder. Sometimes me just writing them is the reminder. And now get this part, right? Get this part. Now, if we're doing that, right? Now, if we're doing that, guess what's happening? Okay? what's happening is whether they know it or not, they're following your journey, right? Because how does Instagram algorithm work? If you are continuing to follow up with people, right, and you're continuing watching their stories and you're writing them, they're also watching your stories. And if they're watching your stories, and guess what? If you're a consistent person and you're actually grinding through the investment of your time throughout the rest of this process, guess what, right? They're going to watch your story that you're consistent of posting, and now they're going to watch and see what you've been up to. So now every time you say, hey, yo, that's so funny, Savage, you're the top of their stories as well because of the algorithm. And so they're always getting a reminder. Now guess what? Now guess what happens, right? As you continue to grow, this is what happens for everyone that's growing through the ranks or whatever. There's always going to be this spurt of momentum, and right before you're about to hit, all of a sudden, right, someone's going to hit you up, Savage, right? Yo, bro, what's up, bro? So I've been watching you. I'm ready to get rocking, right? Yo, I just magically, right? Austin's gonna be like, yo, I just randomly got the money today. It felt my dog threw up, and there was the money. It just all of a sudden manifests, right, on ranking day for you. Everything manifests on ranking day all of a sudden. Why? Because no one usually just taps a rank, right? They blow through it. Why? Well, actually, I should say the consistent people blow through it. Why? Because they were consistently adding interest. They were consistently adding interest, aka time, value, etc., into their business, right? During the unseen times, right? And so now the universe must compensate you for your work ethic. You don't do nothing for free. Stop thinking that shit. You do nothing for free. If you think you're doing something for free, shame on you, right? That's why you don't have anything, is because you're bitching about it and you're not doing it at 100%. Are you an overachiever or an underachiever? Most of you are probably going to be underachievers. I'm just being honest. By the way, I'm talking about the 1%ers. That's why I'm saying most, because we need to be talking to the 1% out of the 99%, right? That means on this call, there's about 2.5 people that really want to be 1%ers right now. That's pretty much what I'm saying. And what we want to do is defy the odds. So hopefully someone on this call says, I'm going to be, right, the 1%er. Because everyone can say right now, right, yes, I'm going to be the 1%er, but then 10 minutes later, you're going to get fucking tired and you're going to turn the call off and this number is going to drop. So you're not part of the 1%, whoever's thinking that. Sorry, deuces, right? And so stop saying, yo, I don't give a fuck. Oh, I'm a 1%er. Say that shit in your own head and get off the call. Because the problem with that is you're lying to yourself, right? I don't want to hear about it. I want to see it, right? Nobody wants to hear about you wanting to be 1%er. Just go become one, and then we'll say, oh, yeah, we knew it, right? But don't sit there and say, I'm going to be a 1%er. I never told anyone I was going to be a 1%er, right? Magically popped the fuck up and became one. Right? That's what you got to do. Stop talking, start taking action. We'll know by the action if you're going to be a 1%er. A lot of people come into this business doing a lot of talking, not realizing that the other 1%ers can sense the other 1%ers. Why? Because we can see if someone has a non-quit, no excuse mentality, right? And so you got to understand is, right, you're not working for free. So stop thinking that shit, right? Just because, right, you've been getting delayed, just because you've been getting instant gratification your whole life, right? You literally came in last fucking place on the race. You got a trophy when you were younger for being in last place somehow. Now you think that in business, you deserve to get something the second you do something. That is not how this shit works, right? This is not for the weak. This isn't last person gets last place gets a trophy. This is first place gets a trophy, 1% gets a trophy. The trophy is chairman. The trophy is chairman. And so what I'm overall explaining to you, the list, the pipeline, if you really look at it logically, like I just explained, right? How the fuck am I wrong on this, right? Someone drop it in there. Now, the crazy thing is that no one looks at it like that. We look at, right, if I work at a job, I'll get the money, right? If I work at a job, I'll get the money. But if I work for myself, right, who's going to compensate me? The person that, God, maybe, right? Okay? But you didn't have faith, so why would he compensate you? And Matt, why would you go, just think about this. Why would you go to your boss, half-ass it, right? Half-ass it, show up later, whatever. You're going to get fired, right? And then say, yo, pay me. Pay me. Well, he's going to say, actually, you're fired. Bye. Okay? And so God's firing you because you haven't even put any work, and you're expecting to get paid? You're expecting to get paid, right? Who are you trying to cheat? 3 people dropped off the call. Where's the 1%ers at, right? So you got to understand, you've got to understand that, are you thinking correctly? Because I know, right? Actually, all 1%ers know that once you do something, you are going to get a return from the universe. That's just the laws of success for you. Okay? And so what you got to understand is, right, you got to start believing and investing your time into the unseen. You got to start investing your time, right, into faith. You got to start grinding. And I'm not going, like, here's the thing. I worked my ass off at my jobs, right? I'll be real with you. I was wanting to be the best, but at the end of the day, right, one thing you got to understand is, I said, I'm going to work way harder for myself, right? How you do anything is how you do everything. I'm going to give it 110% at work. I'm going to get off 100%. I'm going to be tired as hell, but I'm damn sure going to give myself 1,000%. Not only is it for myself, though, right, because I'm not working 110% for the CEO of this company, right? I'm not going to give them 110%. Clock off, ask God to give me something. I'm going to give God 1,000%. God, I'm saying, I trust in you. I'm going to work 1,000% for you, right? Not 100%, not 110%. I'm going to put all my faith in you. I'm going to invest in you. I'm going to invest in my faith. I see it. I know you'll pay me. I know that the paycheck from God is going to come back a lot bigger than the paycheck from my boss. Okay? I understand that the paycheck from God, right, the 110% that I'm giving my boss or the 1,000% that I give to God is going to come in a lot bigger. And so my faith with God is a lot bigger than my faith in my boss. I'm just going to be honest with you. And so what I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not here to bash jobs. I'm not here to bash any of that thing. I'm just telling you that I believe in God a little bit more, and I believe that being an entrepreneur is the godly route of things. I'm just going to be honest with you, because we have to believe in faith, right? Not instant gratification. Instant gratification is cheating you out of your faith, because you're saying, I can't see this. I can't see it, so how am I going to get paid? And that's why you're not getting paid, because you have no faith. And so what I want you to understand, I don't care if you believe in God or what you believe in, but you better believe in something, because it's not you, okay? And so if you have an ego, I don't care what you believe in, okay? I'm not saying you got to be a Christian. I'm not saying you got to be, you got to be anything. But what I am saying is you better believe in something, because otherwise you're not going to be compensated by the higher power that's going to be compensating you. You better go worship, right, the money from the job. That's what I'm saying, okay? So what I want you to understand is, right, faith is that. I'm investing my faith into God, not into this business, not into, right, any of that stuff. I'm investing my faith into God. Are you? Are you? Ask yourself that, right? Because I talked to you, and really quick, let's just talk about, right, the Christians and stuff like that. I don't even care. Let's run it, right? I'm one, but wait, here's the thing. A lot make excuses. A lot make excuses and let Jesus and God and all these other things be the reason for why they're not getting money. That's an excuse, okay? That's an excuse. Don't try to use God to bail you out of why you're not being successful, okay? God did not put you on this earth for you to say, oh, I'm not going to be successful because God wouldn't want me to be, right? Okay, well, when did Jesus die? I don't know. But what I can tell you is, if you're a Christian, it was a long time ago. And wait, he must be pretty dang successful if we're still hearing about him. So if you're going to tell me, right, that aren't we supposed to be acting as if, right, that we're made like in the image of God, right? So if that's you, how are you saying that you're not going to be successful because you're following his footsteps? What? Someone tell me I'm wrong, okay? So what I want you to understand is, right, you got to just have the faith and actually use the correct logic on exactly what we're saying, right? Because what I want you to understand is that you've got to start thinking correctly if you want to be a true entrepreneur, because most people see it incorrectly, especially people that have an ego. Okay? And so let's get into the more of this stuff, right? I have confidence, and let's talk about seduction on here. Seduction. And this goes with business, right? What I want you to understand is this, okay? That is what we're doing. Okay, so when we're talking to someone and they're asking what we're doing when we're at, or whatever, right? We don't just go give them the answers, right? Would you just go give someone your phone numbers, girls, guys, whatever, right? Oh, someone writes you, hey, can I get your number? No, right? Who are you? You build the relationship. This is seduction. Everything should always be seduction. If you're marketing, it's seduction. What are you doing? You're teasing. Marketing is teasing, right? What's a trailer? It's a tease, right? A movie trailer is a what? It's a tease, right? And so some of you are not teasing. You're just giving it up. I don't know how else to say it, right? Some of you are not teasing. You're just giving it up, and you're wondering why you're not getting respect because you're just giving it up. Just anybody can join, right? Just anybody can do this, right? And don't drop any women, things on there, please, okay? I'm not talking about women. I'm talking about guys can be that way as well, okay? So with that part being said, right, and by the way, I wasn't talking to whoever just said that in the chat. I was saying that before that. So, moving forward, okay, I want you to understand my logic on this, right? You've got to understand is that we're teasing. Everybody wants what they cannot have. That's the honesty of it, right? And so are you seducing? Are you teasing? Or are you just giving out your link? Are you just giving it up? What are you doing? And if you ask yourself, am I teasing right now or am I just giving it up? Most of you are just giving it up. You want everyone to join. You want to date everyone, right? You want to do this. You want everyone. You'll let anyone date you. You'll let anyone kiss you, right? Just so you got everyone's thinking of a girl right now. Let me put it into in a girl's perspective for a guy really quick, right? Just so y'all know, men, right? No woman is gonna want a broke guy. No woman is gonna want a guy that's going around having sex with everyone either. So just so y'all, everyone's like, oh yeah, like a woman, right? No, men, right? Just so you know, that egotistical mindset probably why you're at where you're at as well. So what I'm saying is it goes both ways. That's what I'm saying. Okay? And so what you've got to understand is look at it like that. Are you teasing or are you just giving it up? And that is how I look at marketing, right? Drop a 7 if we're on the same page right now because I'm playing with the line of like, hey, I don't know if this is okay. Maybe I can't put this on YouTube. I don't know. Okay, perfect. So let's run it then. Let's talk about confidence. Okay. Does Jason Brown, Matt Rosa, right? Alex Morton, do any of them, I love you all up in there on IG Live here. Do any of them look like they're not confident? Drop a 0 if they look like they're not confident. Be honest. Okay, perfect. Right? Ariana, who is that? Perfect. Ariana. Y'all don't even know. Bye. Ariana, deuces, right? I don't play no games in my trainings. Anyone else got something smart to say? Bye. Oh, you gonna bye. All right, awesome. No games. Lose that value, right? Gotta run it like a business. So let's run it. Right? So with that part being said, okay, what you gotta do, okay, what you gotta do is you've got to understand that these guys are very, very, very confident people. Okay? Very confident people. Okay? And so with that part being said, if they're very confident people, why are you not being confident, right? Do they look like they're like insecure and stuff like that? A lot of you are so worried about what everyone else is thinking. The problem is that you cannot be a leader worrying about everyone else is thinking because you have got to be focused and I'm here to tell you right now that here's the thing, right? If you want to avoid criticism, right? Do nothing, say nothing, and become nothing, right? To avoid criticism, right? Do nothing, say nothing, and become nothing, right? Not my quote, but that's what I'd be thinking about. And what I want you to understand is some of y'all are wanting to get onto IG and say the perfect thing, okay? Or not say anything at all. There's two, right? Think about trading, right? You can literally have what is it called? You can have what's it called when you're greed, right? Greed or fear of loss. Both are bad in trading, is it not? And so it can be the exact Same thing with this. We have some people that don't want to post at all, right? Because they're afraid what everyone's going to think. And then we have some people, right, wanting to be greedy and post the perfect post. Stop being greedy. Just trade, okay? Stop being greedy, right? Just say it. Just say whatever you've got to say, right? Use logic, but just say it. And that's going to take me to the next thing on this, which is stop being fake on Instagram. Okay, because some of you want to be fake, right? You're trying to say things because you think that someone's going to want to hear that. I'm not getting on Instagram. Matt Rose is not getting on Instagram. No one that's making money is getting on Instagram thinking this. No one's getting on Instagram and they're saying, man, I really hope that everyone's going to really vibe with this one. I'm going to make sure, right? I'm going to make sure this is said perfectly, right? We're just saying what's on our mind. Some of you are not just saying that, you're trying to sound good. And that's going to lead me to the next point. Trying to sound good, right? I get this all the time, right? How can I be a better speaker? You're not going to be a better speaker because that's what you're thinking, right? I'm not here to give the best training. I'm here to try to sincerely help. There's a difference, right? If I sincerely help, then everyone will probably think it was an amazing training. Right? But a lot of people, what they do is they get on and they try to sound the best and it sounds amazing and it sounds fake as fuck. Okay? And you get on there and there's no value. You sounded like the best speaker, but I learned nothing from you. I could tell that shit was fake. I could tell it from the beginning and nobody liked it, right? And we're like, oh, wow, you took the exact same saying that everybody says and you put it on here and you sounded amazing. Stop trying to give the best, okay? And just do your best at helping or whatever the action is, right? That's what you've got to do, okay? Because at the end of the day, right, I'm not on here thinking, none of them are on here thinking, right, I want to be the best. I'm going to make sure I give the best speech today, right? I guarantee you that's not what they're saying. We're saying we're going to give it our all today, right? But we're not saying I'm giving the best speech. I want every speech to sound as good as possible. Now what happens is you're trying so hard to give the best speech that it wasn't, because it's like literally like a crack addict that's always trying to get to the next high, right? And it's never the same. That's what it's like. You're trying to do the same thing with your speaking, right? Wow, I'm on religion, drugs, sex. Wow, sorry, y'all. God bless you. I love you, right? So I'm just being honest with you. And honestly, the reason why I'm very direct with people, I'm just going to be real, is because the thing is I've realized during the journey towards my success, a lot of people were beating around the bush. And I'm like, oh, why didn't you just say, like, not to do it? Why didn't you just say, right? Why didn't you just say this? You were too busy using Jim Rohn's quote when I can't understand Jim Rohn. I'm not smart like Jim Rohn, right? You got to come on my level. You got to get to my level. Jim Rohn is talking to people again, no offense, by the way, obviously listen to him, but you got to understand, he's literally in the bleacher or talking to a stadium full of people that are paying thousands of dollars, right? How are you going to talk to someone giving Jim Rohn quotes to somebody who couldn't afford to see him in the fucking first place, right? You got to get on someone's level if you want to bring them up to yours. You got to get on someone's level if you want to bring them up to yours. Where are the steps at, right? Think about it, right? If you're on level 10 and they're on level 1, how are you going to get them to level 10, right? How are you going to get them? You have to go down there and carry them up. You don't just say, hey, come up to level 10, and some of y'all are going up there trying to give the best quotes from Jim Rohn. I mean, what? I mean, just be real. I'm not saying don't use him. Get what I'm saying. I'm saying that you're trying to sound like Jim Rohn and not like you. And the thing is you sound so much better at being you, okay? You sound so much better at being you than somebody else. And once you stop trying to steal, take all this other stuff that's not you, that is when you're going to grow. When you get on IG and you say what you feel, yo, do you think I don't get haters in my inbox and shit? Honestly, I don't get a lot. Love all of you, to be honest, but I get them. And the thing is I'm going to sleep just fine. If someone's paying attention to me, that means that they're doing nothing with their life. I don't have time for me to go hate on someone. I don't have time for me to go hate on someone. So if I don't have time to, how do they have time to hate on me? Oh, it's because they do have time. meaning they're not doing shit with their life. That's why they're watching you, is because they're bashing you to make themselves feel better, right? They want to belittle you to make themselves feel better. They want to say, why are you doing I am? Why are you talking about money when you're broke? Oh, because you're broke too? Because you're broke too, right? It makes them feel better to talk about you because they don't want you to be successful. They don't want you to be successful. They don't want you to win. I had a guy inbox me when I was at, I think it was, right when my family died, right? Literally, and wrote me, calling me the N-word, saying, why'd you follow me, you N-word, right? You're broke, blah, blah, blah. Literally, no, right? 5 months later, Chairman 25, what's up, right? Talking about, this is how much money I'm making. Okay, well, that's crazy because now we're making that in the yearly in a month type of thing. And so what I want you to understand is this, right? What if I listen to that person? I'm avoiding criticism, right? I'm gonna avoid criticism. Maybe that person's right. Maybe that person's right, right? Why am I doing this? Right, he's right. I'm faking it, right? I'm not, am I right? Why am I doing this? Here's the thing. We were going to the gym today, right? And I was talking to Carrie, and, we were actually like popping jokes. It was like, hey, we're going to look so stupid going into the gym. And I'm going to be honest with you. I literally felt like, oh, by the way, we're going to the gym for 10 minutes just to show up, okay? Just to show up to the gym. Because I know that the mental routine of showing up is stronger, right, is stronger than the workout itself, right? I just it's not really that I don't want to work out, it's I don't want to go to the gym. Okay, so as long as I go to the gym and I make my subconscious mind see that I'm going to the gym, right? Guess what? I'm now rewriting the program of I don't want to go to the gym. No one's like, I don't want to work out. They say, I don't want to go to the gym, right? So if you can go to the gym, then you'll work out. And so I just want to make sure my mind is going there. Point is we had 10 minutes to go, right? We had 10 minutes. And now, of course, the guy at the front desk is going to be thinking what? Right? Wow. Like, oh my God, we all come in here and do one set and left. That's exactly what we did. But here's the thing, right? Why would I not go to the gym and delay my success for someone I don't even know, right? And the thing is the confidence level that I'm having, right now that I have and that everyone else has, right? Get this, is I still had the thought. I still had that thought. I literally had the thought of, I'm going to look stupid. Right? But at the same, and I literally had the thought of, wow, maybe we shouldn't go. And so if I'm having those thoughts, I know a lot of other people are as well, right? And so the thing is you got to understand is that the difference between, the successful and the unsuccessful people is, guess what? I still showed the fuck up though, right? Guess what? I don't care what they're thinking. I'm still showing up. Because most people are not successful because what they're trying to do is look good for everyone and they're not looking good themselves, right, for themselves. And you wanted to go to the gym, you wanted to get on that webinar, but your friend said it was stupid, so you didn't. Your family said it was stupid, so you didn't, right? Everyone else, but what do you want? What about you? You cannot keep everyone happy. You want to understand this? Let me help you understand even more, right? We were talking the other day, and I was saying this. I remember, right, when I was broke, I couldn't afford any clothes. Then I started buying designer. And then when I started buying designer, everyone told me it was fake, right? Oh, this is fake, right? I'm just like, oh, okay, it's fake. What? Here's the thing. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. It's fake. Okay, it's fake. Okay. It's fake. I don't care. Here, at the end of the day, what's my point? You're never gonna make anyone happy. I wasn't making anyone happy when I was broke, right? When I was broke, right? I couldn't dress. Now I can dress, and now it's fake, right? So either way now, right? Either way, no one's happy. So what are you doing? You're trying to make everyone happy. You want to know what's crazy? You have someone that's overweight go to the fucking gym, and then people laugh at her for going to the gym. Laugh at him for going to the gym when they're overweight going to the gym. Oh, so then when they don't go to the gym, you say, yo, that person needs to go to the gym. They can't win. They can't win. You're in a life that is designed for failure. If you look at everyone else, you're this life we're in is designed for failure if you look at everyone else. But if you look at faith, it's designed for success. This life is truly only designed for success if you say, what do I want? Because God, the universe, wants what you want. And so what you've got to understand is what you want is the right answer, because God gave you a vision, and that vision is for you, not for anyone else. The reason why you have a vision is so you can predict the future, because we all know that faith is seen without seeing, right? Faith is having vision, right? The vision, right? What you can have vision all day and you will manifest all day. But if you lose vision, right? If you're looking at sight, what? If you're looking at sight and for it to determine what your vision is, that's the problem. If you're looking at sight to determine your vision, that's the problem. What successful people do is we look at our vision, right? And then our vision is then going to become into the sight, right? And so what you got to understand is no matter what, you're seeing whatever your vision is. And so some of you are wanting this instant gratification on all these things. It's coming. Your time is coming right now, okay? It's coming when you're meant to have it. Your job is to keep the vision and not stop, right? I don't know how long it's going to take for a mile is a mile, right? And we're all going to run it in different paces. But at the end of the day, you'll get there. Chairman is chairman, right? We're all going to go through different paces, but at the end of the day, we'll get there, right? Some people are going to run faster than others and all this other stuff. But here's the thing. I don't know if y'all know sprinters, right? I'm a sprinter. Let me help you understand something. For all of you that are comparing, let me help you understand the sprinters really quick. Because some of you are like, these guys are making money faster than me. I'm that good. And you're comparing yourself to them, the sprinters, right? Yo, I will dust anyone on this call on the 100-yard dash. But guess what? I guarantee you, if we go on the 2-mile run, the 5-mile run, y'all are going to kill me. So what's my point, right? What's my point? Someone might smash chairman, sprint to chairman and smash it, right? But are you someone that can run long distance? Because the thing is that was my mindset, right? Because the finish line is the finish line. It's the same finish line for everyone else, right? Because a marathon runner still is going to jog the 100 yards in the beginning, right? But then they go a longer distance. And so what I'm here to tell you is that sometimes we're not just, yes, we're sprinting, and yes, a marathon is still a race, right? And we're still running as fast as we can, but it's a marathon, not a sprint. And so what you got to understand is, right, is we are sprinting right now through our marathon. Stop comparing yourself, right, to sprinters, because a lot of them, right, stall out. Sprinters get tired. And so I've seen a lot of people, right, here we go. Let's run it now, right? I see a lot of people sprinting, okay? Sprinting to chairman, and they got there so fast, right? Ego kicks in, and they got tired, right? But the thing is all the pain, all these things adding up through your life, what happened, right? You're growing just like the gym. Your lungs are growing. The pain is growing. Your endurance for pain is growing through this. And now what happens, right? You were patient. You grew through the marathon. It took you longer. The sprinter nailed chairman. The sprinter nailed 6 figures, right? But what did you do? You continued your pace. You nailed chairman, right? Then what? Now what? Chairman 25, right? Because you're a marathon runner up in this thing right now. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying, right? Marathon mentality. I'm not here to brag about the chairman. Yo, you're gonna pass people that are at chairman right now, right? Right now. There's someone at chairman, many people that you're gonna pass right now, and the problem is you don't believe it. And so you're over here trying to compare yourself to everyone else, and you don't even know what God's got in store for you. You don't even know. And that's the problem, is you're starting to lose your vision on those things, okay? And so I cannot stress, oh my God, at the end of the day, if you invest in your faith, you're going to win. You need to learn to bet on yourself and not everyone else. Because once in a football game, right, in any sports game, in any competitive game, the gladiators back in the day, you could take it anywhere you want to go, right? no one's listening to the crowd, right? No one is listening to the audience. I'm not going to listen to the audience when I'm fucking performing right now, right? I'm performing right now. What are you doing, right? Oh, I want to keep them happy, right? And Matt, do you see the basketball players, right, in the middle of the game, right, going up to the crowd saying, yo, hey, sorry, guys, we're going to come back. I know we're down right now. No, they're focused on the game, right? They're not worried about what they're saying in the stands. Why are you worried about someone that's in the stands when they're watching, right? You're a professional. Why are you watching them, right? I'm not watching them. I'm the show. You got to create the show, right? And so at the end of the day, if you want to be professional, that's where confidence comes in. You look at Alex Morton. You look at Jason Brown. You look at any top earner. They're confident. You've got to learn to love yourself. Most people don't love themselves. They listen to everyone else. Tell them what they can and they cannot be, and they listen to that when you literally are going to die not achieving your fucking dream. And here's the thing, I said this on the last call and the call before that. Yo, how dare you build anyone else's dream except your own? How dare you? Because God gave you that vision. Whoever it is that you believe in gave you that vision, and you went and chose a human's vision over whoever it is that you believe in, because you know, right? You say all the time, I'm going to make it to the long run. I'm going to hit chairman. I'm going to make six figures, and then you quit because you wanted to listen to everyone else, because you didn't feel like it. I heard Matt Rosa talking today about consistency, right? And now the other part of it is nobody has consistency either, right? Now when the times get hard and all of a sudden they don't feel like it, what did Matt say today? He said, yo, do you think that I feel like grinding, right, every single day? No, but we do it anyways. And that's the difference between a sprinter and someone who's here for the marathon, because the marathon runners, right, they're tired, but they can keep fucking going. I'm going all the way to Chairman 500. I'm going to be real, right? I'm tired, but I'm not tired at all, right? Are you tired right now? Right? Are you tired right now? Who's putting 4 years on this call? Who's putting 4 years on this call? Who's putting 4 years on this call? Who's putting 5? Who's putting 6? Drop a 1 if you put in 4 years on this call. Okay, so pretty much nobody. So how the fuck are you tired right now? You're tired? Some of y'all, this is your first holiday and you can't wait for Christmas, right? Are you serious? I'm sorry, IG, love y'all. I gotta go, right? You're gonna take Christmas off? I mean, you're gonna work on Christmas, right? Are you kidding me right now? You're gonna take Christmas? I mean, you're not gonna work on Christmas. That's my mentality. Oh wow, I would pull up my Facebook if I could. If you look, I was grinding on Christmas. I was grinding on my mom's birthday. I was grinding on my dad's birthday. I had no excuses. I'm sorry, but I gotta grind. You're not here again. They're not gonna understand. They're not gonna understand. Your problem is you want them to. They're not going to understand when you're missing their birthday. They're not going to understand when you're missing when it's Christmas, right? And you're grinding. They're not going to understand that. But what you've got to understand is you have a bigger vision. And here's the thing. My whole family, I'm going to be real. Well, yo, why are you working? Why are you doing this? We're on the cruise. Why are you on that? We're on the cruise doing all this other shit, right? Remember, Drake, I remember you're like, yo, this man is on a call on the cruise ship. My family was pissed. But at the end of the day, they're not going to be pissed this Christmas, right? They're not going to be pissed this Christmas, right? So my thing is that I seen the vision. They didn't. They were looking at this world. I was looking at the vision. I'm asking you to look at your vision. I'm wrapping this call up right now, right? I want to talk about anxiety, and I think that's it. I want to talk about anxiety, and that's going to be, I think that's it, right? Huh? No, I don't want to do it right now. Right? Anxiety. So a lot of people have anxiety, right? Drop a 7 if you have anxiety. Be honest. A lot of you. Now, what's anxiety? What's anxiety, guys? What's anxiety? Anxiety, what it is, let's look at it like this. If you take the most swole person on earth, and you have them go push a wall as hard as they can. Who's gonna quit first? The guy, not the wall, right? Now my thing is, you can't control the wall, okay? It's a building. It's not going to move. So what I'm saying to you is this is what anxiety is. The reason why you're tired and all this other stuff, and it's draining you and you're stressed. Stress is fatigue, right? Fatigue from anxiety. And so what's anxiety? You're trying to control something that you cannot control. You're trying to push something that cannot be humanly pushed right now. And so the reason why you're tired or the reason why you're stressed is because you're fatigued. And you're fatigued because you're trying to control something that you cannot control. And that's called life. And so a lot of people that have control issues, etc., have anxiety. I'm just going to be honest with you. That's most people. Have you ever looked at someone anxiety, like, yo, where's my fucking drink, right? I have anxiety. You know, I'm being real, right? And if you look at these people, yo, where's my drink? Oh my God, where's this? Where's that, right? And they get so stressed, they're controlling. Think about that. And they want it now. They want this now. They want it like that way. They want it that way, right? And so what I want you to understand is that now what happens is, right, when someone gets into a car accident, something that they can't control, they don't have a car, instead of them saying, at least I'm alive right now, they say, wow, what am I going to do about my car? You can't do nothing about that. Why did this happen to me? You can't do nothing about that, right? And you're stressing and you're putting so much energy into those thoughts that you're getting stressed out and you're fatigued and it's anxiety and it's a circle of life. And what you got to understand is the way out of that is if you can't control it, stop thinking about it. That's the answer. And I know that's not the answer anyone wants to hear, but the thing is how do you fix this? What you've got to do is you've got to practice. You've got to be aware. You've got to be aware of this and practice. I had to practice avoiding negative talk. I had to practice avoiding negative people. I had to practice cutting people out of my life. I had to practice my thoughts, right? The things that I say, right? I don't ever say the word, I'm going to type it in the chat because I don't want to say it. That's my point, right? I don't ever say this. I don't ever say that, ever, okay? Some of y'all be going around saying it about someone else and about someone else. I'm not good. If you say it about someone else, you're talking about yourself. If you're saying it about someone else, you're talking about yourself. And so I have to practice all those things, and so do you, right? Every day I'm still practicing. And so with my anxiety till this day, I'm like, can I control that, right? Because the thing is that if you can control that, if you cannot control it, you avoid that and you flow with what you can control. And now what? You're not running to a brick wall. You're just walking. And now life is just coasting through. So that's really going to be all I have is going to be that. And that's it. I mean, I'm done. And I know I usually go ham at the end of the call, but I wanted to do a lot more how-tos on this call and stuff like that and wrap it all together. Hopefully you learned something, from me writing all that down and all that other stuff, right? With seduction, teasing, all that other good shit. That was more new stuff. So, yeah, I love it. I love everyone on this call. If you're not in ATMs, love you anyways. ATMs, love you. We appreciate everybody hopping on this call. And let's get it, you guys. I'm done. Let's get it. Bye. Legacy, let's go.